Alright, here we go, folks. First, we're going to be looking at the Dogs versus McNeese at their first football game of the season. Had a couple of issues there starting off with the walk because they tried to do it without the band playing. I like these technical elements here. A couple of spacing issues right in that front line. Had a couple of suspect switch leaps right there. I like this part of the routine. I think that the groups, those first two groups there, could have been doing something else instead of just waiting. That's valuable time where they could have been, going into another pose or something. A lot of people gave this routine a bad rap, but it's actually not that bad if you go back and look at it. It's just really not much special about it. Like the kick line, I wish they were arranged differently. Having the shorter people in the middle there was kind of strange. Looking good here. This hip-hop mix, I don't know. The formation is kind of weird, and it kind of exposes the girls that are not really, well-versed in hip-hop. They probably should have put the best hip-hop dancers in the front, like Ariel. We know she's well-versed in a lot of different styles of dance, just as an example. And I really like this part. And this is a good ending. Still got a couple of minor spacing issues. And there we go. That's the first routine. We are going to look at both routines from the weekend. So here comes the second one. Alright, as we get into the second video, the girls seem to be a little bit more confident. This is a battle of the bands, so they're around other bands, so I'm sure the adrenaline was rushing. And they cleaned up this part at the beginning where they come on and then they stop here. And when they get ready to start, you'll see that mostly everybody is right on with the drum major as he counts a song off. And you can see that the energy level is higher. Again, this is the Battle of the Bands. There are other dance teams there. The Dolls better watch out for PV this year. Intro was still good. A very suspect switch leap from Gabby over there. Still like the group thing. Well executed. Hairography is on point there. Much cleaner fouette turns into the double pirouettes there, which was good. Still wish the kick line was arranged differently height-wise. Having the short people in the middle is just kind of strange to me. I don't know. Maybe that's how they wanted it. Like this part. This is typical doll choreography. Nothing special here, but looks good. And then back to the dreaded hip-hop break. I think this got mixed reviews from a lot of people. Not surprised. I don't know. It's just kind of that formation. I don't think did it much justice. All of this is really good. I think the dolls probably need to stick to shoulder length hair because I think the hair is a distraction. Watch Gabby here at the end. She kind of didn't do this illusion too well. Nope. But definitely a much better showing than the first show. Now, stands are not going to be part of my scoring, but I wanted to take a moment and look at this stands moment. It was my favorite from the whole weekend, mainly because it kind of showed new captain Micah's versatility and range as a captain. This song went on for about 5 minutes, and it really shows the dancers' knowledge of the count book, but also their musicality, because there's a long break where the band is singing and she is throwing counts the whole time. Now, I like this new count right here. A couple of the girls messed it up, and that's why I think Marvin's video kind of transitions out of that to not show them in a negative light, which I think is good, because as the season started, it showed that a lot of people are, somewhat focused on negative things as it relates to this captain change. I really don't think it's anybody's business. At the end of the day, the organization made a decision, and for whatever reason, they chose what they chose. And I think that anybody that's a real fan of the Dolls is going to support those decisions. A lot of people, I think, are angry because they don't know what's going on inside the organization, but you're not supposed to. In-house business is supposed to stay in-house. But anyway, back to the video. I just thought it was great that she was throwing, these counts for 5 minutes straight. It's been a while since that happened. Anybody that really, really follows the Dolls know in 2016, the band played I Don't Give a F for a good 5, 6 minutes, and Danielle Stamper threw um, a bunch of counts, and she was good at it. Every 2/8 counts, she was changing. Micah uh, hung in there for a while, but there was a point where she went to attention. I think she might have needed to gather her thoughts a little bit, but I think she still did great with this. So just take a few minutes and take a look at this, and let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that she did a good job leading this for this amount of time? While the camera's on Gabby, I know people have their feelings about her no longer being captain, but I must say that she shines better, in my opinion, as a squad member and not as a captain. She still has the total package. She's a gorgeous young woman. She has that regal presence, and I think she looks good where she is, and that's just my opinion. Um, I think that last year, performance-wise, especially on the field, Micah really showed that she's knows what it takes to put on really good performances, and I'm sure that had something to do with why she is where she is now. Enjoy the rest of this video though, and then we'll get into the score. Again, my score is only going to be based on the field performances, so this is just something to entertain you while I get my score together. Stay tuned. Let's take a look at the scores that I gave the girls. I tried to be reasonable, and what I did with the scores is look at both routines from the weekend and kind of try to average things out. So first for showmanship, I gave 6 points. Energy level was decent, but I think that their hair is a distraction. Some of them have super long hair, and that doesn't always work. For formations and spacing, I also gave a 6. There were some spacing issues during that hip-hop break and a couple other places throughout the routine, but nothing major. Technical elements, I gave a 6, and the 6 was generous. During that first routine, there were a lot of girls falling out of the turns. The only ones that seemed to really have it down, to be honest, were 18 and 19 as a whole. The rest of the girls struggled with the fouette turns into the double pirouette. For creativity wow factor, I gave 5 points. This was your typical dog choreography. I don't think there was anything special, especially compared to last year. I think that last year there was just a lot more effort put into the composition of the routines, and you could tell it played to the girls' strengths. And that's something I hope they get back to this year. Overall presentation, I gave 7 points. I mean, this is still the dolls, the most elite of the most elite HBCU squad there is out there. There's a lot of teams that can't really even touch the bar that they've set. However, I do want to say that Prairie View A&M is doing really well in the technique category, and the dolls will probably want to make sure that they play to their strengths. Overall score of 30 out of 50. I think it was a great first week, and I look forward to seeing what you all have to say about my review and about their weekend in general. Please comment below and like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to be bringing you guys more great content as the weeks throughout the season go on. I hope you enjoy.